We are just passing through.
And this is our next exit.
Come and join us.
And you'd be joining us at Pacific City, Oregon.
Oregon.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's a really beautiful campground. It's right on the Oregon coast. And
The beach is gorgeous.
yeah, but it does have some problems. In getting here from South Jetty, we have a Garmin 770, and it tried to get us to go up and then over to Eugene, up to Salem, and back across 200 miles.
Out of the way.
Yeah. And Highway 101 goes straight up there. So
Yes.
we decided to heck with the Garmin. We tried 101 and we made it just fine. Sea Lion Caves.
Y'all.
That'd be interesting. But driving this Highway 101, if you're going to do the Oregon coast, we're going to go all the way up into Washington. We're going to take 101 all the way. And I think it's a non-event pretty much. We were a little bit worried about it. We did a lot of it a couple of years ago going south.
We did.
So, but as you can see, it didn't take very long for the Garmin to tell us why it didn't want us to go this way. It kept saying low clearance, low clearance. Yeah, height limit.
What?
And saying height limit is the reason. Here it is.
Okay. Whoosh.
So it's 14'6" right there. That's about as close as you can get to it. So you should be good.
I should be good.
Yeah.
Okay. I promise. Going through.
Okay. You loving it, sweetie? Are you loving it?
Well, not that it's that close. But I'm glad we're through. We're good.
We made it.
We made it.
That was the worst part of it.
Good. I sure wish that lighthouse had been open.
See, and the advantage of not only is it you save 100 miles taking 101, but you get to drive down the coast almost the whole way. And just beautiful
And
coast.
it's gorgeous.
When we went to Seal Caves, there was only 5 or 6 seals in the cave. And up here, I don't remember what town this was, but that's where all the seals was. We thought there were people like clamming in the sand. Remember
Yes,
that? Until we got
yes.
closer. And what do you think?
And
There's
it was a
50
big
or 60?
surprise.
Yeah. Here's a
Big
bunch of them.
surprise.
Whole family having a Saturday picnic.
We thought we left them behind us. Not. That's cool. That was cool. Uh-oh. Oh.
What?
There was a whale tail sticking up and a water spout shooting water out just a second.
A lawn ornament thing.
was
So
cute.
we enjoy the campgrounds, but I gotta say one of the best part is the journey in Oregon.
Yes.
Driving that Highway 101.
Yes.
All the little tourist ocean towns, they all are kind of painted up, decked up, stuff to do.
Here's
Get a
my
picture.
drink.
Try it.
Thank you. Oh, there's a whole bunch of them down here.
So one of the little towns we was going through had these kites. You know, you got to tie them around you and hold them with 2 hands and fly them. Pearl saw them flying off in the distance. And
That's
I don't know how you learn to fly those things. I guess you start out with a little bitty kite, work your way up. But they were pretty good.
It was interesting. It was nice to watch.
Yeah. Takes a little skill.
Definitely.
Yeah.
In 1/4 mile, arrive at Pacific City RV and Camping Resort on the left.
1/4 mile?
And we eventually made it a couple hours. We made it up to Pacific City. And we had forgot how tight of a campground that was.
Yes.
Pearl, as everybody knows, does all the driving, but inside the campgrounds, that's where she lets me, not that she don't do it just as good as me, but that's kind of my little few minutes of joy.
Grandeur.
Of Granger? Grander?
Grander.
Grander. So Pearl took us in there, went in and rested and then unhooked. Well, really we had to drive a little ways We unhooked in one. There's like 2 or 3 little sections where you can unhook. We took one of the little ones, but the better place is further on up the road. And it's funny, you watch Pearl driving, and she's just so casual, sitting there, just la-di-da-di-da. And I'm up there, I'm thinking we're being invaded, like we're being invaded by Martians. I'm looking at all the mirrors and all the corners and trying
Or the big trees.
Yeah, there's just big limbs and trees everywhere. And then we got there about 11 o'clock, I think, and so a lot of people were coming out of the park, which is good. That helped us find a good site. But it gets awful crowded.
Until it's time to pass each other.
Yeah, got past everybody. Then right around this curve here is there's a whole lot better place to pull over and unhook. So if you come to Pacific City, skip those first couple of car hookup places till you get up here to this big lot. And then you pull over, unhook, and drive around and find you a spot. There's only about, I think, 70 or 80 full hookup sites.
Right.
Yeah, out of about, I think there's 305 total sites. And they're all up in this one section, D, E.
E.
Anyway, these all the green ones are, that you see here on the map, are the full hookups. So you want to drive up there, and you get halfway through it, and there's a place to turn around. And everybody's tempted to turn there, but it's just too tight of a turn. You're going to have to back up 2 or 3 times to make it.
Plus, there's great big cement girders right there, and you don't want to mess with.
So you're way better off to just go all the way up to the end, and there's a loop around, and then you come back out.
And it's less than a quarter mile to go all the way up to that turnaround.
And there's good sites up there.
Yes.
Full hookup sites.
Several good sites up there.
And then there's this other section, I section, and they have full hookups there, but we were told that those are much tighter turns. I walked up there and I saw some fairly good sized rigs up there, so they're doable, but there's some tight turns up there. We didn't drive up in that section. So that's our campground. We finally found it.
Here's our granddaughter Jessie and her fiance Seth.
Seth and Jessie are going to get married here in August, and so he's a newcomer to the family, so we put him in charge of the fire. So he became the camp king.
Fire builder.
Yeah, and he was real good, kept a real nice fire going the whole time. That's the one to get on the internet. That's good.
So for a couple of days, Lance and 3 of his children came down, our grandchildren. The oldest, Josh, the next one, Jordan, the next one, Jesse, and Jesse's fiance, Seth, came to join us. 2 of the kids, Joey and Jared, had to work, so they couldn't come along.
And Lisa, our daughter-in-law, she was off in Switzerland visiting her sister.
Visiting 2 sisters.
So she won out of everybody. She won out.
She's having a great time.
But that card game, you love that card game, huh?
The card game is called Scum, of all things, but it's
and
just
we're always
a fun
the scum.
game. Either scum and assistant scum.
Yeah. We haven't learned how to play it yet, and they're all great, but
I think one time one of us got to become king and queen.
Yeah.
But it is a fun game, and you'll see from the laughter, it's just crazy.
we'll let you watch just a few minutes of the grandkids whooping up on Grandma and Grandpa.
So I got mine set if you want to trade. What does that mean? She doesn't have to do all that work.
Scum of all people?
I do.
After she gives me her 2 best cards?
No.
Yeah.
I'm going to pass this time.
All right.
I just want to try and see if I can do something right, which that could be my first mistake right there.
I have to say
Be good.
that looking at your cards, the way you played, and those aces and those kings, I'm thinking you had a really fantastic scum hand.
Scum hand.
But yeah, you're scum.
I did.
He was walking around. I said, "This is going to be a really nice compliment coming up," but when it ended, I'm not sure that it was that flattering.
What did he say? Not real flattering. Oh my goodness. You want to trade? You want to
Great
trade?
compliment.
Sure.
Wait, seriously?
Wait. So do I give
the better
you?
deal?
Yeah.
Because she already gave me her best card, so.
You
Yeah.
So now I
you
give
still
you-
got, no, you still got the best cards.
you want to trade back? You have a really good hand.
No. No.
I feel bad now. I feel like I took
see how
candy
this
from a
goes.
kid.
I want to see.
What a cute little kid.
I feel like I stole from
Is that yours?
Grandma.
And one of the really neat things about Pacific City is they've got a trail to the ocean.
To the ocean.
It's maybe
Okay,
less
I
than
don't
a quarter
trust
mile of
myself.
trail. You got to go a little ways, then there's
Walking down
big
these
gates you open up,
steps just yet.
cross the highway, and then go another little bit of ways, and you're there.
And this trail is very unique.
Yeah, it's kind of fun trail. Part of the you go down almost in a tunnel under the bushes.
Yes.
But usually when we go over there, there's maybe 5 or 6 or 8 people and a couple of cars that go by. But this was like Sunday. There's a lot of people camping out there, camping on the beach, fires on the beach. And there's a path right there that you can drive your car. We weren't comfortable taking our car down there because it's just 2-wheel drive, but pickups, all-wheel drive vehicles, all over the beach. And it's nice sandy beach.
With that many vehicles and stuff, it gets to be not quite as enjoyable.
So Pacific City, the main thing is there's no Wi-Fi. A lot of sites you can get TV, cable TV, but our site we didn't get it. And a lot of privacy in the site, so a lot of good
definitely
campsites, but you do have to watch out narrow roads, some sharp turns, some low limbs and stuff. It's all doable, even with our big rig. We're gonna go back in a couple of weeks, but you're pretty short on extras.
And one of the things that is a little frustrating is you're driving down these narrow roads, so people are parking in front of their rigs, and it's like they're not quite off the road when you've got big rigs that need to go by.
Especially if you're on a curve, you really need to
Yes.
get off the road and give everybody that extra couple of inches.
Yes.
So we love going to Pacific City. We kind of miss having our internet. TV we miss a little bit, not so much. But the beach is a good thing.
The
about
beach
Pacific
is a
City.
real good thing, and we certainly did do a lot of reading.
Yeah, a lot of good books. Thanks again, Eric.
Yes, Eric, thank you very much.
So we wrapped up here at Pacific City. And all good things have to come to an end, and we're headed out to our next campground. So anyway, that kind of wraps up our stay at Pacific City Campground. It's a 1,000 Trails campground, so it didn't cost anything. It's a lot of nice campsites, but you got to drive around and find your internet out in town somewhere. But that's a good thing about the lifestyle. There's always the next campground, and it finally came time to load up and head on up to up closer to Oregon at Mount Hood. And we're gonna head up there and see what's going on. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you hadn't subscribed to our channel yet,
Please subscribe.
please subscribe and click that little bell down there so you get a notification whenever we do our next video. And until we see you again, keep the wheels rolling.
Stay safe.
We'll see you at the next exit.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, folks.
In 1 3/4 miles, keep right to Ferry Road.